All right, Course 2 people, this is Course 2, Lesson 71, finding the whole group when only a fraction is known. Oh, we can't do that. Oh, we're going to learn how. So here's one question. 3/5 of the fish were bluegills. Oh, that's wonderful. If 45 fish are bluegills, then what's the total number of fish in this little pond? All right, so we need to know 3/5. So we need to draw a diagram, our favorite thing. We're going to draw a box with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces, label 3/5 and 2/5. So now we're told that 3/5 equals 45. So how am I going to figure out what 1/5, what each of these boxes? I'm going to divide 45 by 3. So 3 goes into 45 15 times. So come down here. We put 15, 15, 15, 15, 15. Then we only know this is 45. The other fish are 30. So how many fish total? 75 fish in all. Did you get that? I'm going to give you some more to look at. When Juan finished page 51, he was 3/8 of the way through his book. His book had how many pages? Well, think 8 parts. Okay, we have our 8 parts. And 3 of those 8 equal 51. So we're going to divide 51 by 3 to find out what one of the parts, and then we're going to put that in each box. So 3 goes into 51 17 times. So over here we go 17, 17, all the way down. So 3/8 was what he had read, right? Now we want to know how many pages all together. So we have how many sections? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections. So our formula, our equation is going to be 51, because that's what he's already read, plus what he has to read yet, which is 5 sections of 17 pages, so 17 times 5. 17 times 5 is 85, so now I have 51, he's already read, plus 85 he still has to read. His book has 136 pages. All right, so we were told he read this many pages. We don't know, or we didn't know, what the 5/8 was going to equal. But once we found this out, we could do this. Okay, you know what else you could have done? You could have simply said, all right, well, what's 17 times 8? Because I know I have 8 parts, so let's just do that. 17 times 8, 56. Oh, look at that. Same thing. So if this is easier, which it probably is, then that's what you can do. This is the way my brain works. I know I'm maybe a little odd, but you can also do it this way. So, whoa, 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 hold on, because we could also express this example as 3/8 of the pages equal 51. Now we're going to solve by multiplying both sides by 8/3 to isolate p, right? I just talked about that in the investigation 7. So we're taking 8/3 times 3/3. Now I've isolated p. That equals 51 times 8/3, which is 408 over 3. Divide that. Oh, you get the same thing. So isn't that amazing how just yesterday we were talking about investigation 7 and having to isolate our variable, and we can do that just like that. So there are 3 ways to solve this, but they all involve this fraction. Okay, so the first way, we drew the diagram, and the book is going to ask you to do this way a lot. Then we could either take the pages already read plus the pages not read, or you could have just multiplied our 1/8 by 8 and gotten the same thing. All right. What else you got? Practice set. I'm going to do the practice set with you. Practice set A says 3/5 of the boys in the class, or are in the class, and there are 15 boys. How many students in all? It's going to ask you to draw a diagram, and because 5 is the denominator, we're going to have 5 sections. And because 3 is the numerator, and we know that 3/5 equals 15, we need to divide 15 by 3, which equals 5. Because I want to know what 1/5 is. So put 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. So I have my 3/3 of my 3/5 of my 2/5 Total, I can just take 5 times 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 5. I have 25 students. Then they're going to talk to you about clowns that have happy faces and not happy faces. So 5/8 had happy faces. So that means 3/8 did not. And then they're going to tell you 15 clowns were sad. So right now, I know that 3/8 equals 15. I want to know what 1/8 equals. So I'm going to divide 15 by 3, and remember we just did that, so it's 5. So now I'm going to draw my box that has 8 sections. I'm going to put 5 in every one of those sections. So I got my 3/8. They were sad. They were the sad ones. And we knew that there were 15 altogether. And then we had 5/8, and they were the happy ones. So what was my total? Well, how many sections do I have? 8. What's the number in each one of them? 5. 5 times 8, 40 clowns. Pretty easy, don't you think? Come on. It's pretty easy. One more. 3/4 equals 12. Okay, so 3/4 of something is 12. So divide 12 by 3 and you get 4. So I'm going to have my box with 4 sections. Oh, this was like he answered 3/4 of the questions correctly. How many questions were there altogether? So I got 4 questions, 4 questions, 4 questions, 4 questions. So I just take 4 times 4. There were 16 questions altogether. It's not difficult. It's just a little backwards from what we've used these diagrams for in the past. Now, 3/4 of an hour equals 12, or in 3/4 of an hour he did 12 questions. How many questions can he do in 1 hour? Okay, so 3/4 of an hour he could do this. So I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal, and I'm going to isolate my h, just like we did in Investigation 7. So the reciprocal of 3/4 is 4/3. That isolates my h, but I have to do it over here. So 12 times 4/3. Can I cross cancel? Yes. So what do I get? In 1 hour, he will be able to do 16 questions. Okay? Is it clear as mud? Don't worry, because most of your lesson is not going to include this. But these are the problems I want you to do, your problem set. You should do 3, 6, 7, 9, 10, but not C on number 10. 11, 12, 13. Remember, circle these in your book, please. 14, 15, 16, 17, 21, 22, 24, 26, 27, 29, and 30. And I think that you could have at least half of these problems done for class. And the secret word, president. So try to work on it, getting at least half of these done for class, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.